We are many, those that live beyond the veil of darkness, where nightmares are wholesome empty. Knows no bounds, gladness thrives on the suffering of the dead, walked in the soulless, in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals in hope of harvesting on the innocence. Tread lightly the search for the voices, the stories of the departed, for in the shadows hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of the spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own inner demons, brings to life your deepest fears. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality? In the search for life after life, have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have, maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers hidden behind the veil. Shake off the blinders and open your mind's eye. Listen to the story. We are they, we are incarnate, and all.
And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday to you. One more day in the week, gone. Thank God. Gotta say, let's go ahead and get this out of the way now. Oof, yeah. What's up, Windsor Bud? How you doing today? We finished Section 4 of the GoPro last night. Section 4, GoPro 1, Night 3, Execution. What's up, Moose? Windsor, I'm doing good. Just tired. It's Tuesday and it feels like a Thursday. It's been a rough week already. But we're doing good over here. Just ready to get back to some. I perused through the Section 5. There's no place where we can lighten it up. So we're going to get back over and just get back to audio. There's 3 more sections left. The last one We're going to be able to go back to the video, but sections 5 and 6, we're going to have to go through the actually half of 5 or half of 6 is basically audio. The next half is light enough where we can go back because I moved the GoPro out of overlooking the execution room out into execution viewing. So the light's bright enough we will be able to do something. So for this section, let's analyze some audio. And I'm going to have to enhance that. Kind of figured that was coming. So give us a minute on that one. How you gentlemen doing this evening? First one's in, show just started. Hopefully we can get at least a couple EVPs tonight. If not, you know what, no worries. We're looking at a pretty long dead section there. Whatever. Could be worse. You know, could get Jack to jump up and say hi. We might just be able to get through some of this real quick. Yep. We're sitting at 56 though. We're up to 56. Still a little behind. Not doing bad. Night 1 GoPro 2 was an execution viewing. Night 2 GoPro 2 was in infirmary. There was only an hour and a half because the battery somehow went dead. Night 3 GoPro 2 was in. Oh, I still need to actually go back and render all that video. So yeah, that's going to take up a Saturday right there. Then I have the GoPro I was carrying. Still got to render that one. And all of Dead's GoPro. So we're going to have a lot of video to go over. But that's kind of why I went through night 1 right away. Or GoPro 1. Should I say night 1, 2, and 3. Hasn't netted a lot of evidence. Oh, well. You know, like I said, we've gotten over 400 pieces of evidence each of the first 3 years. If we don't get as much on year 4, I'm not going to be totally disappointed. Because like I said, we're sitting over almost 1,400 pieces of evidence. Actually, we're sitting at over 1,400 in 3 investigations. That's insanity, you guys. I am looking forward to this year's investigation. Quiet all the way up to there. Motorcycle. Oh, it's going to be good because, like I said, this year I'm taking the full spectrum. I'm actually going to dust it off and take it with the strobes. That'll give me an extra GoPro to leave somewhere, the GoPro 10, because I'll be carrying the full spectrum with me all night. Won't be as much video because I'll be breaking it up. I won't be carrying it from place to place. I'll only turn it on when I get to that area. So yeah, it'll give us more to go over, and actually be able to take a lot of pictures too. So I said, let me get over to this if I can. I know what that says. That's an EVP. That's definitely an EVP right there. I already know this one. We're going to try to clean this up. And this is an EVP we've gotten before. And I think I got it the previous year in execution. Uh, all right. Now I'm positive about what this says. Now we just gotta. Now, kind of moose. Uh, what I'm hearing is never gonna get out of here. Is what I'm hearing. Uh, Never gonna get out of here is what I'm hearing. Very faint, but it's there. Very, very faint. Sounds like it's coming from somewhere close. Uh, Keep this playing. I want to try something. Cover your ears, guys. This might get loud. If I do it this way, it gets weird. Okay, that destroys it. Okay. It's down around -10. We want to bring this up. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, can I clean this up? That makes it worse. We're gonna. It's like a class. It's like a class C EVP. We can understand it, but it is got some distortion to it. So let's get it saved. All right, number 2850. Oh, that one's a tough one. Mind you, we've got 2 recorders in this area, 2 digital recorders. So we got one last night's, the cells, and we got one out in execution viewing. So we're going to be able to compare them to see if we can match it up, or at least be able to confirm it more. See if I can find where I think we did find that in this area too. No, we didn't. But I do have some typing to do. I really haven't done much. Hold on. Fucking bird. Oh, it was a bird. Like a sparrow or something. It's a bird, and it was a team member in the background. That's a motorcycle. And a door opening in the background. So we got a bird and a door. Nothing special. So we can go ahead and put that up there. Kind of referenced Jack Sparrow in a way. No, there's only one Jack, and I don't know where he's at. It's got to be a team coming in. Yep. Music box. Get past it. Hold on. The hell? That sounds like a shh. Let's go out a few seconds. Okay, there's no door in there, so I was looking to see if one of the doors was going to shut. Yeah, I think we got to shh. Let's get that saved. 2029. Okay, let's get it saved. Uh, yeah, Moose. 100%. How dare you disturb my rest? We've gotten shushes. Once it gets past like 10 at night, you're going to get the spirits telling you to shut up, go away, get the fuck out, fuck you. Anything you can pretty much make up, we've gotten here in the prison at night. As it gets later, spirits like we're trying to sleep, leave us be. So yeah, shh. Wouldn't you do that if you were asleep 10:30, 11 o'clock at night? Well, we'll figure we're on section 5. Each one was what, an hour long. So fifth section, 5 hours. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. It's between 10 and 10:30 at night. Prisoners are probably in bed, especially in execution. They're probably trying to get their last little bit of dream in before they're led into the execution chamber. So yeah, shh is absolutely warranted in this case. And I did notice, guys, one of my videos got featured on YouTube. After I do the show, I upload it, and it had like fucking 300 views today. I was like, are you kidding me? That was cool as shit. Maybe that'll bring some people over. Who knows? 300, I know it's not a lot, but to me it is. It came up on recommended videos for me this morning. I was like, what? Wait a minute, what? And for those watching on YouTube, come over to Twitch, Incarnate Paranormal, join in. Yeah, it's. Do I want 300 viewers at once in here? Yeah, it'd be nice, but it takes away from the personal interactions. I've actually considered going to do YouTube Live instead of here. I might do one show to test the waters. Who knows? Thank you, Windsor. Uh, and again, remember, for on YouTube, I had to take down over 200 videos and put them to private. And for those aren't aware, I was using royalty-free music on my intro, uh, and somebody bought the rights to it, and I got a copyright notice. I wrote YouTube back. I was using it before they bought it, and they're like, it doesn't matter now. It's like, wait, what? I got to go through and edit 200 freaking videos. I was like, they're like, yeah, you do, unfortunately. And this was an actual person response. It wasn't their auto-generated BS. It's like, yeah, it's once somebody buys the rights to it, they can do whatever they want to it. Somebody can steal royalty-free music, license it, and the person who made it gets shafted. Unless they go through the copyright channels, anybody can jump in and swoop it, copyright it, and now you got to pay for it. It's dirty. Like if somebody tried ripping my intro off, I've got receipts for it. It's like, yeah, that's my shit that I paid for on my credit card. Yeah, good luck with that shit. That's how it goes, I guess. Yeah, I lost, like, I've still got them. I just can't make them public. We got another We're not going to count the second one. Oh, funny you should say that, Nick. I actually got a ban on YouTube. It was like a 24-hour ban. Uh, I had gotten the flu really freaking bad. And I was down for like 3-4 days. I got the test and everything, negative. And I had mentioned the C word. Said, guys, don't worry, it's not the C word. Uh, it's just the flu. I was told by the doctors I'd be fine in a couple days. It's not the C word. Uh, 2 days later, the video was removed by YouTube saying that you're not a medical professional. You can't make self-diagnosis. It was like, I even emailed them back. I'm like, watch about 30 seconds before when I said I went to the doctor. They're like, it doesn't matter. You're not a and they responded, you are not a medical professional. But I went to the doctor. It doesn't matter. You're not a medical professional. It could have been COVID. It could have been the C word. And it was like, and this was during the height of the pandemic. And it was like, I got tested by a doctor. And they're like, it doesn't matter. You can't make comments like that. Oh well, it is what it is. I fought it and I lost. It's like the video is gone. It is what it is. Fortunately, that show, we didn't have any evidence, so whatever. Just whatever. It's music box bullshit. Get past it. And you, like, let me pause this real quick. Uh, Talking about the full spectrum videos. Again, I've played it before. I'm going to play it again real quick. This is my first investigation, Nevada State Prison. My first time in the door. In a minute 33 seconds, I got 2 EVPs. But this is basically the full spectrum strobe videos that I'm talking about. Okay, we're good. Okay. I won't go too far. All right, guys, my name is Brent. We've come up from Las Vegas to see you. Is there anybody that would like to communicate with us? Please come forward and tell us your story. EVP immediately after my first question. So you hear the rattling. I've got this stand for the camera where I can mount the camera here and mount lights up here. I did not know I had another attachment down here on the bottom, and that attachment was just rattling. And that's what that rattling sound is. I was able to remove it and no more rattle. But for the first investigation, we had to deal with the rattle. But yeah, you see the flashing on the screen. When I'm looking forward and not at the camera, I don't see that flashing because it's infrared. If I'm looking at the screen on the camera, I can see the flash. But if I'm looking straight ahead, all I'm seeing is darkness. So yeah, I am not physically seeing the flash with my own eyes. So that's kind of what I mean by the LED and the IR strobe, IR and strobe, full spectrum IR strobe. That camera was like almost $900. Yeah, I still got that camera. And something's frozen. There we go. And this is what it looks like in pitch black.
The other thing that I don't
So yeah, that's literally pitch black. So back to the audio. I just want to show you guys what I keep talking about when I talk about IR full spectrum, strobes and all this. It's not a lot of people using it because I guess of risk of seizures. Yeah, a lot of strobes gives a lot of people seizures. IR strobes, I don't know medically, uh, but I'd be willing to guess it's possible, especially if you're watching it on the screen. But it's a different type of investigating. Not a lot of people do it. What the fuck? Ain't you gonna talk to me? I don't know if that's an investigator or an EVP because it's low and it's clear. And if you notice how loud this is, I don't know. I'm on the fence. Wait, it's one of the teammates. It's one of their teammates. Debunk it. And that's close. For where that is on the spectrum, that could have been a EVP. Yeah, most of their team are female. 75% of Lingering Souls is female. So yeah, it's debunk. A tough debunk, but it's a debunk. Oh well. The first shh, though, that was definitely evidence. Yeah, that shh was like it was in the same room. This, it sounds like it's in a different room, but who's to say? We debunk what we can, ignore what we can't analyze, and hopefully we get lucky on the rest. And I'll admit, guys, out of all the evidence we've gotten through, the past 4 years, is it possible a couple of those EVP were teammates? Yeah, it's highly possible. Uh, like I said, it's never impossible, but if they're far enough away, like I said, these recorders are very sensitive. The H1N Pros, the H3 VR is exceptionally sensitive. Yeah, guys, maybe 2 or 3% of that was team, but we try our best to make sure that doesn't happen. And as I've always preached on this show, know your team, know their voices, know their actions, know their footsteps, know their bodily functions. As disgusting as that sounds, I've preached that on here. If somebody has an upset stomach and you've heard their stomach grumble, it's going to make it easier to debunk if the recorder picks it up. If somebody walks by the recorder and lets one rip, and I've had it happen, you're going to be able to debunk it and say that was one of the investigators with some flatulence. I had that in what was not Kingman, Arizona. It was it was wherever the Red Garter's at. I forget. Small brothel. One of the female investigators walked by, not knowing the recorder was there, let one rip, and one of the other investigators is like, "You do know Brent has a recorder right behind you," and she was like, "Oh my god." And she runs across. She goes, "Brent, you got to delete that." No, I'm not deleting it. I'm like, this is going on air. I'm not identifying the person that let it rip, but it's going on air. That way, if we get a response from the spirit saying, excuse yourself, or something along those lines, it's going to tie in to your flatulence. She's like, Brent, come on. I'm like, nope, it's on the recorder. I can't stop and go back and delete 3 seconds of that recorder. Because if we get evidence, we're not going to be able to match it to anything. And it took me about 20 minutes to convince her it ain't getting deleted. It just ain't. Sorry. Ghost farts. No, this is investigator farts. It's not ghost toots. It's just not happening. So yeah, know your team's footsteps, know their burps, know their gas, know their stomach grumbles, know all their ticks. You caught the fart in 4K, but it being an audio edition. Thank God it's not in surround sound, right? Because it was a single channel recorder. Imagine that being on all four axis, 4 channels. Somebody just rip. It's like, let's add some echo to that. Freaking it. Here I am talking about adding echoes to farts while we're listening to listening for evidence. What is wrong with me? And don't you dare answer that question. Because we've heard it on recorder before. When I was in execution, you could hear my stomach literally grumbling. And it was bad. That's my first or second year there when I had to get up and leave because if I didn't, I wouldn't have made it out of there. Windsor, no. Because occasionally she drops into the channel. It's been a while, but if she did, she'd murder me. Then you guys would be investigating me. I think it's on donations. I've got a Dumb and Dumber clip. If it's on monetary donations, not bits. The bits is Monty Python, and the monetary donation is Dumb and Dumber. And it's called Dropping Deuces. That's an EVP. Yeah, that's not an investigator. Might be an echo. This might be an echo. We might be debunking this. It's not normal, but it also does not sound like a voice. Uh, let's see if we can clean it up. I don't have too high hopes for this one. Uh, that's got to be an echo. Very rude. Uh, no, I'm not even in the area right now. This is who's in the other room is Lingering Souls Paranormal. I'm nowhere near this. I think I'm actually up on top of the hill right now, up in like 12. Uh, so yeah, guys, I'm not even in the. I don't think I'm even in the building right now. There's a few guys with him, Moose, but none of them sound like this. We're gonna go with echo on this. We're gonna debunk this. It's too. This one's just way too garbled, and I'm not gonna get something that garbled. Uh, I just don't think we have enough to be able to warrant trying to clean that up. Because if it's just two words, if it's that garbled, we're never gonna get it. And I see David snuck in. How you doing today? Sound like a garbled parent. Yeah. Yeah, it's way too garbled. Okay, they're making a lot of noise. Nick, they did. Uh, when we get to my GoPro at the end of the night, the one I carried, one of the investigators actually antagonized him. And before we started the investigation, all three teams, night 1, 2, and 3, I gave them a run through what to expect and what not to do. Because I had investigated with Lingering Souls before, one of the guys had never been there, and I told him, listen, go up into execution, talk to them like they're people. Do not, under any circumstances, antagonize an execution. You're gonna have a bad time if you do it. Did any of them listen? Like 3 people from the team didn't. A couple of the girls went up there and antagonized, and they got strangled. They got their throats grabbed. Into the night, one of the girls went up there, started calling them Carol. Hey, Carol, come on out. Hey, Carol, I don't think you're real. Hey, Carol, come out and play. You know, hey, Carol, do something. And she got viciously attacked. Scared the piss out of her. She came running back down to the office, and I was loading up. She's like, Brent, I just got attacked. I'm going, where'd you get attacked at? She's like, up in execution. First words out of my mouth were, you weren't antagonizing Eddie, were you? She's like, yeah, I was. I was trying to get his attention. It's like, what did I tell you before the investigation started? Do not antagonize Eddie. He attacks women because that's what he did. He got them drunk, strangled them, and then had his way with their dead bodies. Then dumped them. What do you think is going to happen when you go in there and do it? You're lucky he doesn't have real hands, and she had hand marks on her neck. It was like, now I got to go calm the situation down. Susan's like, Brent, do you want me to go with you? I'm like, no, let me do it. I was like, I warned him. Let me go clean this up. She's like, okay. And I'm excited to get through this evidence when we get to it. Because I went up there, I'm like, Eddie, I told you not to attack these people. I was like, I told you, I asked you to be nice to them. They're friends of mine. I was like, and I said, and I even asked, what did she say to you? I am excited when we get to this evidence. It will be the last recorder that we do. It's always the last recorder that we do. She went overboard with antagonizing after I warned them. You can go into other areas and push a little bit. Do not go in and antagonize Eddie Cole. And you've always heard me in there. Hey, Eddie, Mr. Cole. Yeah, it's like, and I hope I calmed him down because I didn't get attacked, but I'm surprised that I didn't because I told him they were friends of mine. No, I didn't. I had already shut everything down. I was bringing everything back into the office, and I had my GoPro out that I carry and my digital recorder left out. And I was like, I gotta turn it back on. Let's go back up and see what happened. I wish I had a static up when that happened. And by that time, they would have died anyway. We're getting 5-6 hours out of these recorders, maybe 7. And this went beyond the cusp of what the recorders can do. I've pushed up in Neil Pitney's cell. I've pushed in C block near 36. I've never pushed an execution for that sole reason. He does, because I don't disrespect him. Mr. Cole, Eddie, and I even asked him, can I call you Eddie? And I didn't know they called him Eddie. At that time, I did not know they called him Eddie. So I showed the spirits up there the respect, and I think I earned it. But you get these teams go in there and they push it. And they pay the price for it. And by means, they should. I don't want to see anybody attacked. But if they cross that line, I'm going to sit back and watch the fireworks. And I'm going to hope I have a recorder or a camera rolling. Because not going to be good for them. But it's going to be good for me, and it's going to be good to have on the show. And we can hear them in the background. If you go to, like I said, if you went to the Nevada State Prison, I'd tell you just call him Eddie. Don't call him Ed. Go in and tell him your name and say, Eddie or Mr. Cole, it's nice to meet you. I'm Eddie approved. Yeah. Because I didn't disrespect him. I talked to him like a man. I didn't ask about his crimes, but I did talk about one of them. When I got an EVP out of the second investigation, I think it was, the EVP was I killed the bitch and put her body out behind the trash pile. It was Bonnie Sue O'Neill. After he murdered her, he actually put her clothes in the dumpster and put her naked body next to the dumpster. So out behind the trash pile. And the following investigation, I actually asked him, Eddie, were you talking about Bonnie Sue O'Neill? And I got a response of yes. So I followed up the following year with a question that I had gotten a response to the previous year. So I was able to determine that it was Eddie who had done this crime and confirmed it through a lot of research, then just confirmed it through the EVP. So you get a good piece of evidence like that at the prison or anywhere, do the research on it. Find out if it's tied to history or not, tied to the crimes, and then your follow up investigation, if you do one, bring it up and see what happens. It so happens that everything fell into place. It took me about 3 weeks to research that EVP. Of all the murders that were executed in Nevada State Prison, how many of the convicted actually dumped their victim's body by the trash can? There was one, and it was Eddie. So a lot of that information is not readily accessible, but if you dig a little bit, it's there. And like I said, it's Eddie being honest, yeah, because I wasn't being dishonest with him. Huh. That does not sound, it's too broken to sound like one of the investigators. It might be one of the investigators. It very well is, but I'm hearing something entirely out of the ordinary. I'm hearing a get out something. Uh, I'm definitely hearing a get out. But there's something after that. I can't quite make it out. Uh, I don't think we're going to be able to get this one either. I think that's one of the investigators. It's just, they're way down the hallway. So I think this is actually picking up one of the investigators. So yeah, we're going to have to debunk this one. It's just one, it's too far away. It's very distant. So again, I think this is one of the other investigators. We're going to have a loud slam coming up here in a minute, so be ready for it. The moon. It's the moon. Most of this is, oh my God, big orb. No, not the moon. It might be the moon. And a tree just blowing past it. Now somebody's in there. Yep, now they're in there. Pass the music box. I don't know why people use that because it could hide EVPs. The noisier it gets, the worse off you are. Just say no to music boxes. Nick, never. Never. Oh shit. One of the other investigators. Somebody got scared. Like in the year before this, or 3 years in a row, Lingering Souls has joined the investigation at the prison. The second year there, one of the girls got knocked down in culinary. One of the other investigators had to be carried out of building 10. A couple of the investigators are former cops in Phoenix. So you can imagine when former cops go to investigate a prison, you're setting yourself up to fail and get attacked viciously. Yeah, I feel bad for him, but it's part of it. You set yourself up for it, it's going to happen. And that's just hands down. But, anyways, they're amazing investigators, amazing people. I love them to death. So, I don't want to see them attacked, though. REM pod and music box. Double whammy. And that deserves a.
Would you shut the...
That's for the music box and REM pod combo. Just shut the fuck up. It's like they're coming in here to investigate. I'm going to turn the cam off for this part. Somebody slammed the door and scared him.
That's okay.
Somebody slammed the door and fucking scared him. That's why I tell people don't get REM pods, get eddies. Just get the eddy meter. It's so much better. And it does not make noise. So what I need is another eddy meter, but I ain't paying the price right now. My tax refund is going for a laptop. Here they come. Using an ovilus.
It's pretty red, yeah. You can see the book in the middle of it.
Now again, the problem is they are investigating, but they're talking way too much. They're not allowing the spirits a chance to respond. To each their own. They investigate how they investigate. Like I said, they're not a bad team. They're actually a very fucking good team.
It's red with a white book in the middle.
What happens if we put the two together with the next first together on one side?
Oh, right.
Here, this could be the top.
Maybe it was trying to choke Trevor also. We spent their last night here.
At least they aren't like Zach Bagans. You ain't lying on that one.
That was me dealing with them. Is someone annoyed that they spent their last day here? And you were gonna die the next day? This is your last chance. Who's here? Who's trying to get a hold of us?
Nick, Zach has investigated Nevada State Prison. If you have Amazon Prime season either 13 or 15, I forget when it was, which one it was. They didn't get up to execution though. Uh, I can't say what inform. Let me pause this. I can't say what I know. They are not allowed back at Nevada State Prison. I can't say why on air because of certain things that I know. They'll never be allowed back on grounds. I can arrange it. I do have the connections to get them back, but the conditions would be I'm on air with you, and you're going to make a substantial donation to the prison. But as of right now, they are not allowed back on prison grounds. Anyways. Spirit box. No.
Mine was off all the time. Oh, it was?
So that's insane. That was not normal, guys. We're all here. No one was.
How many off do you feel like that, Lacey?
This just was.
My off was off a few years ago.
So we're all here. So how did that happen?
David, it wasn't the fact they did bad things. They did things they weren't supposed to be.
We should probably go outside again.
Yeah, we met this new guy. Let's get a drink of water and stuff.
Like what I can say is, hold on. Let me pause this real quick. Watch the Nevada State Prison episode. If you do have Amazon Prime, they interviewed a former inmate of Nevada State Prison on prison grounds. It's reason one. That's one of the biggest reasons right there. They brought a former inmate onto prison grounds. And David, if you know, please don't say in chat. Because I have talked about it on air before. Just don't put it in chat, please.
It's not. It's still red. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to get shit. They're just talking way too much. Oh well. So we are able to get through section 5 tonight, which means we start section 6 tomorrow night. Way too much to filter out. In 540 some shows, I think I've actually been able to isolate one, maybe two EVPs out of this many voices. It is not fun. Funny you say that. I've done the same residentials, or a couple of the same residentials that they did before they did them. And I've talked about those a few times too. 3/4 of what happened in that house never made it on air. Never. Because it would scare people too bad. Figure that one out. And you can see it's blank. So guys, we were able to finish section 5. We did it tonight. Skipping through the music boxes, the REM pods, and the excessive talking. But anyways, Nick, David, Moose, Windsor, and anybody else lurking in the shadows, I truly thank you guys for being here tonight. Spending an hour and a half of your life analyzing some audio from the GoPro. This is why you put mics on GoPros, because otherwise the audio is hot garbage. Guys, have a great night. God bless. See you guys tomorrow night when we start section 6, GoPro 1, night 3, execution, Nevada State Prison. Guys, have a good night, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks again.